Aloha guys, this is JRTV. Glad to be sharing with you some of my positions. A few of them regarding how to avoid intimacy and sex before marriage and why it's a favorable approach, and also other factors. I have a little notation I have here, and so just different general approaches to life, which I feel are pretty original ideas. Uh, Starting off with, I think it's good to aim for only ideal situations. Set a high standard for your life, even if that means being alone for the majority of your life by yourself with your dreams. You know, a commitment to your dreams and your corresponding dream mate, and not compromising just because you feel like you need intimacy or closeness. You can get that with yourself. I'm not just talking about masturbation. I'm talking about making time for yourself, speaking mantras and affirmations that are in the direction of what you want in your life. Another thing is that instead of saying somebody's stupid or lacking courage or whatever negative, however you want to categorize them, it's smarter to, when you have that thought, the way to get away from that, if you don't want that in your life, you don't want that quote-unquote stupid or unwise energy, or rude, whatever negative energy, say what you want. Say you want an opportunity to be courageous. Sometimes conflicts where people want to, act violently, whether verbally or physically, towards others, it's just because they don't have the right space. They feel compressed in, that they don't have privacy, so they're being defensive or even offensive. So it could be as simple as just getting away from certain people and making efforts to either be by yourself, or if you see that there's no group that has your interest, maybe take an initiative, start a group, and make sure that, of course, that group is made of people who are equals in a way. It's not like everyone's, one person's a group leader and whatnot. No, it's all about equality, and when it comes to that, like when it comes to groupings and organizations and religion, really the way you discern what a person, like, they might talk all this stuff about particular religion, all the details and beliefs and everything, but what really counts is the way it manifests. Is a person always talking about certain food or lifestyle or whatever traditions? What matters is how it manifests in their health and their relationships. So really look at their physical demeanor, their emotional, and their, physical and as far as this idea of no intimacy before marriage, the whole I'll explain an approach to it, how you would approach somebody if you're interested in them. One, and two, suggest that it's just a lack of self-control and giving your energy to your non-dream mate. The ego, I think, especially with men, they'll think that they can seduce or dominate women, but really what it is it's you're controlled by your desires, and you're also giving all your energy to someone. You're giving your energy to someone, and if they're not your dream mate, then they won't reciprocate that energy and give it back to you. So how do we approach that? Well, we say that no girlfriend or boyfriend, only a casual lunch would be apropos, I would say. And that's if you don't know the person. And then maybe a few emails, Facebook friend, and you get to know a lot about each other, and you can exchange even personal information via email, so you're not exposing yourself to possible hormonal distractions. Let's see. another thought is, you don't want it to be a transaction. You want it to be love. And, as far as this idea of people being envious or wanting different bodies and everything, um, just imagine that you're God and say, okay, I can handpick different traits, invest in couples who I want to procreate, and in turn I would be their future incarnations. It's all us. No one's better or less. And in fact, as far as the idea of, you want to consider appearance and functionality, height or function, whatever. And it's not about stuff being better, you know. It's like, for example, it's about science. Like, for example, uh, sexual compatibility, like the size of penis and vagina. That's it's a science. It's how deep an object has to go in order to, uh, you know, reach the A spot or the back of the vagina. It's not that it's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. Different sizes. Um, it may be for functionality. It may be harder to keep an erection for a bigger size, and then corresponding, is it a good thing to have a deep vagina? I wouldn't say so. Uh, but just something for everyone. Maybe somebody has a flatter chest. A woman, that's my preference actually. Maybe they're healthy. Maybe they're not. Different. There's so many variables. Different ethnicities. Different interests. There are too many variables to say, oh, this is what I want. And that all these people and bodies will distract you from you and your dream mate. So don't let that happen. You know, want good for other people, but want good for yourself. These are my thoughts. I think it's also antisocial for men to wear tight clothing, like where their crotches, and for women to wear tight clothing where their chest is. Uh, but you know, just some thoughts, and keeping things positive, and wholesome and respectful, and wanting good for people. Sometimes you have to seek space from people, though, if they're not kind, and they're not truthful towards themselves. Remember, truth is relative, but hold people to their truths and ask that they be truthful. Thanks for considering, and live for your dreams and your dream mate. Aloha.